everyone, welcome to Knitting Noodles. Am I centered? Am I centered? Centered. Alright, redo. Hi everyone, welcome to Knitting Noodles, and today is episode 3 of the Knitting Noodles podcast. My name is Adira. I am 25 years old. I have an 18-month-old son, and I own Wolf Baby Boutique. So I make mainly baby things, baby items, and that is mainly what you're going to be seeing in this podcast. Alright, to address my sweater, I did not make this. I wish I did. This is store-bought. I know. Me as a knitter wearing store-bought knits. Blech. Alright, so today I have 2 projects on the needles. I have 2 projects that are almost done, just need some finishing up. Right? Yeah, that's 2. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6-ish, 5, 6 finished projects. One that I already gifted, but I have a video of me gifting it that they said it's okay if I put up. So once I get to it, I'll put the video up. I have a project that I'm working on. This is a yarn project, so that's separate than the finished item, so I'll go over that after. And then I do have a few acquisitions for this month, which I wasn't supposed to spend money, but it was on sale, so it's okay. Alright, so let's get right into the knitting stuff. First off, on the needles, I don't remember if I showed this or not, but I'm about to pick it back up because it does need to be finished. Is this really nice leg warmer that I'm making for my sister, who is an ice skater. And this pattern is, let me check my notes. I've been trying to do that this year, writing down notes for each pattern that I've done. So let's see, this is, I modified the Hyge legging. That's by A Witching Hour Knit Designs. So I modified it a bit. With the yarn that I needed, with the yarn that I used, I ended up having to do the larger size, even though my sister has a smaller leg. And then the color work that I added is it's modified from the Snowflake Muffler by Church Mouse Yarns. I had to modify it, obviously, to fit it onto here, but it is very much inspired, or basically that color work from the pattern. I have all the patterns down below if you are interested in checking them out. But yeah, it's knitting up really nice, and the yarn that I'm using is a very rustic wool. I got it at a yarn sale last year. The company has since shut down, but they're small balls and it's rustic wool, so it's very grippy. It will felt if washed, which I think is perfect for a leg warmer. Goes over the leg, it'll keep you nice and warm. The only thing with the color work is it does make it like a lot less stretchy, but considering, I think I did a pretty good job with this, and I like it quite a lot. But yeah, this is getting close to done. I only have a few more rows left. I'm probably gonna have to change yarn to knit the cuff, and then I'll start on the next one. But yeah, this is actually really fun to knit up, and fairly quick. I just had some Valentine's stuff that I had to make for the boutique, or my boutique, my Etsy shop. So I had to put this down for a little while, but I'm definitely gonna pick it back up, and this far only took me, I think, under a week. I just really have to get it done. But the color work, because I've been so obsessed with color work, really makes this so much fun, and it makes it so hard to put it down, because you just want to see how it turns out when you're done. Alright, the second project that's about to be on needles, because I haven't cast on yet, ball of yarn is this pair of baby booties. I have one done, but I do not like the cuff on it. It was supposed to be knit with a size 6, the foot is with a size 7. It does stretch quite a lot. But again, I'm not 100% about this. This is supposed to be newborn size, but I don't know if I trust the size. I might switch to another pattern, or because my main issue is the cuff itself. With the smaller needles that I used, it really doesn't feel like it stretches enough. And I am also using a cotton bamboo blend, so that also doesn't have a lot of stretch. Even though when holding it double, it does make it a lot more stretchy, I still don't feel like it has enough. I don't know. I mean, it stretches to like this big, so it should fit a baby's foot, but I tried it on some dolls just to double check, and this part was really tight on the dolls too, getting it on. So I don't know if I want to do that for a baby. And then it also has an option for an I-cord, basically lace that you thread through the ridges. So if I have that, I think a size 7 needle cuff will be fine. So I think I'm gonna try this one more time, and I'm gonna knit the cuff with a 7 instead of a 6, and then I'll see if I like it better. Because I mean, if it has the lace anyway, I don't think a tighter cuff matters that much. And yeah, this is just for newborns. This is what it looks like folded over. I think it's pretty cute. But yeah, that is that. And then I was gonna cast on the second one after filming. So technically it's still on the needles because it's not dead. All right, now for almost finished objects, I've been really on a scrunchie kick lately. So I made this scrunchie. This is for a smaller sized headband for like younger kids. So I made a striped one. Not really a fan of it because of the material that I'm using. This is using True bamboo, which feels really nice, but it is a nightmare to work with. It's so slippery. It's not forgiving with gauge. Like, you can clearly tell where the end of the double point needle was, even though I tried so hard to keep gauge. It slips off the needle way too easily for me. And yeah, it's just kind of looks a mess. And the fact that I had to change colors and tie it off, it doesn't hold knots very well. So I have it like triple knotted, but it's still not that secure. Especially if you're using it for a scrunchie and constantly tugging on it, I'm pretty sure those knots will come undone. So I'm probably not going to be listing a striped one like this for sale. One that did end up working for me is this with little hearts on it, or like little speckles. I think they look kind of like hearts. But I made a white one and I quite like it. This one works out better for me because you carry the yarn throughout the whole thing. You don't have a lot of different places to tie it off. Just the beginning and the end. So I think this one is more durable than the striped one. So I'm going to be making a lot more of these, which I really like the little hearts. I've been trying to make mommy and me sets. So like a big scrunchie and a small scrunchie. So that's mainly what I've been working on. That's why I have 2 of these that I haven't put on a hair tie yet. I also like the fact that there's different colors, so like it won't bleed through as much. I was thinking of doing a pink one on that and a white one for this one, or even the light blue that's in here, because that would also not bleed through as much. for the bigger size, I only have black hair ties, so I might try to find like a color pack or something. But yeah, that's the almost dones, and I'll show you what I have finished. So first off, the first thing that I finished is I made 4 pairs. Let me find matching ones. 4 pairs of baby booties, the felted kind. So these are with a cotton lace ribbon, little hearts. I showed them on the last one. I had to felt them still, but these are them finished. I think they turned out really cute. I personally love these. I've made them for my son before. Unfortunately, he outgrew them, and the pattern that I used doesn't have larger sizes. I haven't figured out how to modify it yet. But super cute, super warm, and they're pretty comfortable too. But yeah, I have 4 pairs, 2 3 to 6 month and 2 0 to 3 months. Those are up on my Etsy shop if you want to check that out down below. Second thing that I finished is a Mommy and Me hair scrunchie set. I just listed these up. I have them made to order. This one has a little mistake thingy, so I don't think I'm gonna be selling this one, because that really bothers me. But it was my model set. And Mommy and Me matching set, so this is obviously the small one and the big one. Very easy pattern. Kind of made it up as I went. Just need to make sure that you have enough stitches on the knitted part so that it doesn't stop it from stretching. Like this one is like just on the edge, but since it's for littler hair, I think it's fine. I did originally make one that was too small. But yeah, those are the hair scrunchies. And the thing that I just recently made is, oops, this baby bonnet, which is so cute. Look at that. Ah! I did this by holding, oh, I didn't say what all the things were made of. It's made out of Peyton's wool, untreated. That's why it was able to felt. And this was True bamboo. And yeah, this was made with the same yarn as the baby booty, making them into a matching set, because I think that would be cute. This is, ooh, I have to reference my notes to see what pattern I used. All of the patterns that I use are free patterns. There is no paid for pattern. This is the baby bonnet by Sweet Paprika Designs. It's called Debutante. I think it's written by Elizabeth Sullivan. I don't know. It's a little confusing on Ravelry, but I'll have the link down there if you want to check it out. But yeah, this is so cute. It's really easy. All it is it's knit flat and then it's seamed up the back, but it makes this really cute, like, elf-shaped hat for babies' heads. The size is newborn or 0 to 3 months. And I like how it has basically the ties as part of the pattern. Basically you just cast on and cast off and that makes the ties. But I think that's so handy and a lot easier than adding them at the end. Although you could definitely do that with like an I-cord, which I might do depending. I don't know. I kind of like how this is incorporated in though. But yeah, that's what I just finished. And this is, again, from that same company that went out of business. But it is a cotton bamboo blend that I held double. So 2 different colors. That's why it's that nice marbling effect. Now when I picked the colors, I thought it was red and pink. And I don't know if you can catch it on screen, but it's actually like a lavender purple. That's why it doesn't look as great as a red and pink would look, in my opinion. It almost looks more candy cane-ish. That's what I was thinking when I was working with it, at least. But I love the pattern, very easy. Cute little bonnet. I want to make a bunch more of those because those are adorable. And then I want to talk about patterns that I want to start making. Oh no, is that in my other book? It's in my other book. Alright, so patterns that I want to make is, like I said, I want to make a bunch more of these. I also want to make a lot more baby hats in general, and because Easter is coming up, I've been seeing a lot, and I think they're so cute, is the hats with long floppy bunny ears. I think that's adorable for little ones, so I want to make a lot of those. And then also, because Easter's coming around, I'm going to be making a lot of stuffed bunnies and stuffed ducks, because I saw that somewhere and it looked so cute. And it looks like an easy pattern, like something that I can figure out pretty easily. So that's the next things that I'm going to be working on, which hopefully you'll be seeing some of those here. But yeah, that's what I want to work on. And then I have, oh yes, the scarf. I forgot to show that. Let me add in the clip of the gifting.
Is the present?
Yes.
Like that. Yeah, but oh my gosh. Oh.
It's just in time too for the cold snap.
Holy crap, it feels so good. I'm gonna live it. Thank you.
I really liked how it turned out. Just the fact that it was just garter stitch made it so boring. If I ever do it again, I'm not gonna do it lengthwise knitting. I'm gonna cast on the width that I want and then knit that way. So that's gonna be a lot quicker than working that many rows, because that was miserable. Those are all my finished projects, and then what I'm gonna show to you is my yarn project. Now I have videos previously about saving money with yarn and what you can do to save money with yarn. This was one of the things. I bought a sweater at a thrift store. It was 100% cotton, and I just finished taking it apart and scanning it up. This is literally a sweater's worth. I think it was a size large. I have to check the tag, I saved that. But I have to scan it up because I have to wash it, then dry it, and then I can use it. But look how much yarn that is. It's actually pretty heavy. This one, the big one, was the back panel. This one was a sleeve, I think. I don't know, there's 3 of these. 2 were sleeves, and one was, I think, one of the front panels. Yeah, I think it was one of the front panels. And then this one was the buttonhole border, I'm pretty sure. Or no, this one was the neck, the collar, because that was knitted separately. This one was the collar, because I still do have the buttonhole strips. The one that had the buttonholes in it, it was cut, so I can't really take that one apart. But the other one that has the buttons sewn into it, that one I can still take apart. I just have to cut the buttons off. But yeah, that's all the yarn that I got from that, which is a ton. My plan for this is making baby bonnet and booty sets, because I think it's a perfect color for that, and it's 100% cotton. Alright, and then my acquisitions for this month. I mean, considering it was a month, I don't think it was that bad. But I got all of these bamboo yarns, and I got these specifically for the hair scrunchies, because I knew bamboo would be fantastic for your hair because it basically feels like silk. So it would be nice for your hair. I kind of expected it because I've worked with this before, but I wasn't prepared for how miserable it was working with it. Over time, you forget. But I got 4 different colors because it was on sale. It was buy 3, get 1 free. So even though they're like, I think $7 a skein, I don't know, it's kind of a lot. But I got these 4, I mean technically 3 because I only paid for 3. They're super soft and nice though, and I really like the color scheme together, at least these 3. This one you can kind of tell was the bonus one that I threw in because I couldn't find anything that matched the scheme. And then I just bought this. Me and my friend have been having crochet knit mornings. We meet up at Starbucks every Saturday morning and just chat and knit, and she crochets. And there's a Michael's right across the street, so we stopped there the other week and I picked up this really cute sock yarn. Michael's doesn't have a lot of options for wool or natural fibers, so I saw this and I hadn't seen this color before, so I was like, I can definitely make a pair of socks with these. And it's really, I think it's a nice color. And it was like, I think $7, but I had a coupon, so I'll excuse it. It was on sale, basically. 75% wool, washable wool, which means it was treated, and 25% nylon. Unfortunately, can't really skip the nylon for socks, otherwise they'd slump everywhere. But yes, that is the knitting and yarn content. And now on to reviews of stuff that I am watching and listening to. So first off, TV shows. I feel like I just finished a show. Last time, or no, I've been listening to books. Don't think I've really watched anything this month. Have I been trying to get back into anything? I've been considering watching like SVU again. I did stop it for a while. We were talking the other Saturday about TV shows and like what we would like to listen to. She mentioned she likes watching crime documentaries as well. Nothing new though. I haven't really started like getting back into anything, so I'll leave shows blank. Movies too. I don't think I've watched any movies. I spend most of my time either scrolling through TikTok when I could watch something, or listening to podcasts on YouTube, which will take me to the podcast part, which I found a bunch of new podcasts that I really like zoning out to and listening to. The first one, I did mention it, or I at least put it in the show notes for last episode. I found this really cute knitter I think she lives in Italy. I don't know if she's from Italy, but We Grow Wild. Very nice podcast. Obviously, Needles at the Ready, my go-to. And then I found 2 new ones. So let me look up their names quickly. All right, the first podcast that I found since my last podcast episode is Old Time Knits. Time spelt like the herb. Really cute. I think she's up in New Hampshire or Vermont. I think she said New Hampshire. I don't remember. Really, really nice to zone out and listen to her. She has a lot of like, I mean, I've only watched like an episode and a half, so I can't really generalize what she does. I just really enjoyed her talking and what she was working on, so I subscribed, and I've been catching up on all of her podcasts. We're trying to. That's the plan. And then the other one that I found was Knitting Traditions. I'll have it in the show notes, all of their podcasts. Super, super cute, and the stuff she makes is so beautiful. She is, I believe, from Norway. If I'm wrong, correct me. I think she said Norway. I think she's a doctor as well. So I don't know how she has time to make everything. But her voice is so soothing to listen to. And I zoned out for like 2 or 3 hours listening to two episodes of hers. So immediate subscription. She's so soothing to listen to. I like Needles at the Ready because they're fun, but We Grow Wild and Knitting Traditions, they're just so relaxing listening to them. And I mean, it helps that they live in beautiful places. But those are the podcasts that I listened to or found. I'll see if I can set it up. Like, I can feature channels, I think, so I'll have that in the channel section if you want to check out any of the people that I mentioned. They'll be in the show notes, or if I can figure out how to do that, also have those channels over there. Books. Since last episode, I was trying to figure out books to read. I finished A Queen of Ruin. I think I was working on it last one. Not my favorite book in the series. A little bit anticlimactic. It was okay, but compared to the other books in the series, in my opinion, it wasn't as good. Probably because they end up together and there's nothing like really separating them, so it's not as interesting in my opinion. I don't know, once they got reunited, it's kind of like the story almost fizzled out. So that is so unmemorable. I don't even remember their names. Wow, I'm blanking. But I also started on a new book, so that's interfering with my memory. But that one I give like a solid 3.5. No, that's a little harsh. Yeah, no, 3.5 out of 5. 3.5. Also, the ending was not as good. It was one of those happy endings with a child, which can be done right. I think the Court of Thorns and Roses series by Sarah J. Maas, it does technically end with a child, but I think that was done way better than how this one was. But yeah, 3.5 for that. The other books I think rated higher in the series. Definitely was in love with the first book, which was A Ruin of Roses. Oh my goodness, it's been like 2 years since I read it. I'm pretty sure it's called A Ruin of Roses. Don't quote me if I'm wrong. But yeah, that was the one that I finished, and then I just finished another one, which was Daughter of No Worlds. Let me double check. There's actually 2 books. I forgot about the other one. I read on recommendation from TikTok. I found someone who recommended A Brutal Prince, or Brutal Prince. I've never read a mafia-based romance, so didn't think I would like it, but it was actually pretty good. It was one of those enemies to lovers, forced marriage. It was a little predictable. It wasn't so much that it was boring. It was more like a fantasy. Like, you could tell that something that the author daydreamed about. And and the plot wasn't as like twisty and turny as some of the other books that I like, where the plot is definitely the focus. This one, love was definitely the focus, but it still was like a pretty good book. Like I was into it. It took me like 2 days to read, so I mean it didn't drag on as long as A Queen of Ruin. It was also a lot shorter though. The rating wise, I mean I enjoyed it, so I'm gonna say 4 out of 5. It's a good book. Or like a 3. Let me be harsh. 3.75. 3.75. That's the official rating. If you like mafia and you like dark, it was a solid book. Nothing crazy. No, like, it wasn't unpredictable. So if you're looking for a not boring, but if you're looking for more of a zone out, not think too hard, get twisty and turned everywhere with different like plot points, then this one is very simple to the point, nice to zone out. I kind of needed that after the Queen of Ruin dragging on that it did, so I liked it. The other book that I finished was A Daughter of No Worlds. This one was marketed as at least the people who recommend it, was marketing as like a Throne of Glass, that series. It was marketed as like the same vibe almost. So if you need to come back from the emotional turmoil that was that book series, this one was a good second. So I breezed through the first book. It was so good. It follows the main character's name. They all have such odd names. Not a fan of the names in this, but it was... The main male character is Maximilius. Such an odd name. The females is... I think it starts with a T. Let me double check. Alright. The female lead's name is Tasana. Interesting name. I just never really clicked in my brain. It's such an out there name. And I like out there names, but that one's an odd one. But it is a book full of intrigue, of dark things, of coming back from those dark places and trying to do good things from it, even though it means basically making a deal with the devil. So good. So Tasana, the main character, her village is ransacked, she is taken into slavery, and then she tries to buy back her freedom. As the story goes on, she makes it to this place that she's been dreaming of, which is where people who practice magic, because she has a small amount of magic, where other people with magic are, and so she goes there in hopes of being trained and becoming part of this magical order. And she wants to take the power that she gains and go back and free the other slaves. And basically it takes you, I don't want to spoil anything, it takes you as she kind of goes about that. I'll leave it at that, because I can't, if I go any further, I'll spoil things. But yeah, and she is trained by Maximilius, who is... A lot of bad things have happened to him, and he's kind of quit the orders, but they've found a way to drag him back. And then they're forced to work together, and, forced proximity. They end up falling in love with each other. And they kind of bond over their shared darkness and pain, and you kind of see them getting through that together and finding a way to heal themselves at the same time. And it's really such a good book, and it has such dark themes, but it's done in such a artistic way so that it's not just shock factor darkness. It's more taking the darkness and working with it. That's what I see the theme of the book, or what I predict the theme of the series is. But so good. And very well written, at least from what I can tell, because I'm listening to these books. So I can't tell, like, looking at it if it's well written. But at least spoken-wise, it is a very nicely created story. And it listens very well. So I am like a few hours into the next book. I don't know how many books are in the series, but I will definitely be getting through them all. Hopefully they're all as good as the first one. I mean, the people that I listened to said that the whole series is really good, so I hope that they're trustworthy, because I also listened to people who recommended From Blood and Ash. That's what it was. The cover has a silver arrow on it. From Blood and Ash. I also listened to those people, so don't agree with that as a good book. So hopefully this one, I mean the first one's lived up, so hopefully the next one's live up. But that's the most recent book I've been listening to, and I think that's everything from this month. Life update stuff is I've been adding and trying to focus a lot more on my Etsy shop. Added a lot more things into there. Currently running a Valentine's sale until the end of the month, or not the end of the month, until a few days after Valentine's Day. And I just got my friend who crochets. She started her own shop, and then we're gonna collaborate with some things, like put different things into each other's shop if we make it. Like, she created hers more for her stuff that she already has made and for more adult-sized things, and then I have mine strictly for baby things that are natural, so I tried to stay away from plastics of any kind. So I told her if she ever creates anything with anything of that, she's more than welcome to put it on my shop, and then if I make something that doesn't fit into mine, she said I'm more than welcome to put it on hers. So a little collaboration thing, and we're already planning on doing some fairs for this coming year. The first one we're looking at is in May, and there's, I think, 2 on 2 different weekends, and we both agreed that since we haven't been doing that great at other ones, I think it's like a weekend after a weekend, we both kind of agreed that there's enough time for us to build up inventory for both of those, so we're probably going to be doing back-to-back ones. But I think that's all that's going on. Yeah, that's all that I have for this month. Thanks so much for watching. Hope I didn't lose anyone. Let me know if you made it to the end, or if you even watched it. But yeah, let me know what you're enjoying right now. What TV shows, what things to listen to. Let me know down below, and maybe I can find some new material to look at. But I will see everyone next month for the next knitting podcast, and next week for the next regularly scheduled beginner knitting video.